In a vibrant Igbo kingdom, nestled between lush hills and flowing rivers, lived Prince Chukwudi. He was handsome, with a powerful presence that commanded respect. However, beneath his charming facade lay a heart darkened by cruelty. Chukwudi had taken many wives from neighboring villages, but each one faced the same fate. He would abuse them, both physically and mentally, branding them as disobedient before sending them back to their villages in shame. His first wife, Ngozi, a beautiful woman from Umuofia, tried her best to meet his expectations. Despite her devotion, Chukwudi found fault in everything she did. One day, after a particularly harsh criticism of her cooking, he struck her and banished her back to her family. The people of Umuofia mourned her return, whispering tales of the prince's cruelty. The prince then married Ife from Aku, a village known for its skilled artisans. Ife, too, attempted to please him, crafting beautiful pieces of jewelry and pottery. But when Chukwudi found a tiny imperfection in her work, he lashed out, proclaiming her unworthy. With tears in her eyes, she left, heartbroken, returning to Aku to seek solace among her people. As word of Chukwudi's brutality spread, the kingdom grew restless. But when the prince summoned two more wives, Ada and Uche, from rival villages, the air was thick with tension. Ada hailed from Umudike, and Uche from Nsukka. Their villages had been feuding for generations, but both women shared a deep understanding of the prince's nature. They resolved to unite against him, for they knew the only way to teach him a lesson was through their strength. When Ada and Uche arrived at the palace, they were determined to not only survive but to challenge the prince's tyranny. They carefully observed his behavior, knowing that they needed a plan to confront him. One evening, after a lavish feast, the prince summoned them. "You will entertain me with your talents," he demanded. Ada, a gifted storyteller, suggested they share tales of powerful women who stood against tyranny. "Let us tell you of warriors who changed their fates," she said, her voice steady. Intrigued, Chukwudi agreed, and the women began to weave their stories, drawing upon the rich history of their people. Ada spoke of a queen who united her village against a cruel king, while Uche recounted the tale of a female warrior who fought bravely for her people's freedom. As they spoke, the prince's interest grew, but so did his impatience. Days turned into weeks, and the women continued to engage him with their storytelling, each tale more captivating than the last. But as their bond grew stronger, Chukwudi's temper simmered. He could sense that these wives were different. They were resilient, unyielding, and bound by a shared purpose. One fateful night, as the full moon bathed the palace in silver light, the women decided it was time to confront the prince. They invited him to the courtyard, where they had set up a dramatic reenactment of a legendary battle between their villages, symbolizing their struggle against his tyranny. As they performed, the tension in the air was palpable. The prince watched, captivated but uneasy, as the women depicted a fierce warrior, one who fought against oppression. In a powerful climax, Ada, playing the role of the warrior, faced Chukwudi, representing the oppressor. She raised her voice, "You think you can break us? We stand united, even when our villages are divided." The prince, taken aback, felt the weight of her words. He had always seen women as submissive, but these two challenged everything he believed. Enraged, he attempted to silence them, but Uche stepped forward, unafraid. "You are not a king, Chukwudi. A true leader uplifts his people, not breaks them."